Innovation for distilling is part of the great fun of my role, in that 90% of my time I'm making the same gin, rare dry gin, over and over again, keeping it consistent and keeping the quality at the same level. But 5 to 10% of my time I get to play. We get to play with different botanicals. We're constantly looking at different native botanicals, different peppers and spices out of Southeast Asia. So that allows us to play and play and play. So Four Pillars Gin started like so many great ideas do, over a few drinks with a couple of friends, both of whom I worked with in the wine industry. And being in the wine industry, gin was very much our white spirit of choice. It's aromatic, flavoursome, balanced weight, texture, very similar in a way to wine. But where we started was we wanted to make a tonic water because we were a bit frustrated that it was very limited, the tonic in Australia at the time. That conversation just rapidly moved to gin, and we started a gin distillery instead. Australia imports 97% of its gin. We felt at the time we had a very compelling story to tell because we have some of the most unique native Australian botanicals. We sit on the doorstep of the spice trails to Southeast Asia, and we don't have any rules, so we don't have to make London dry gin. So we felt we had a pretty compelling story if we could get the recipe right. We initially started out at the back of a mate's winery in Warrandyte with one still, Wilma, who's behind me, and in a very small bonded area. In the last 3 years, we've grown quite dramatically. We now have 3 stills. We export to around 14 different countries. We make about 7 different gins. All of our gins have won some quite crazy accolades around the world, which is pretty humbling for some guys that started out on this project maybe 5 or 6 years ago and only launched about 3 years ago. Exporting for us initially was a little bit tricky in that there's not a lot of Australian spirits exported. Where we had to be very careful was selecting the right partners in export. Initially, we gravitated to wine partners, which was the space that we knew well, but we've rapidly found out that wine and spirits are acutely different when approaching the trade and trying to build your sales overseas. So over time, we've been more specific, targeting importers and distributors who are specific to spirits rather than wine and spirit sort of crossing over a little bit. I think if you want to find a partner overseas to distribute your product, you have to get on a plane and go and visit the market. You need to see what products are being widely distributed and well distributed on the shelf. See if they're in appropriate venues, whether it's bars or retail. Are their prices being respected? How old is the stock on the shelf? And you start to talk to bartenders and retailers about who they like dealing with and who's professional and can represent you in a professional manner. We've got a range of partners in this business that are incredibly valuable to us, from spice suppliers who I speak with pretty much on a weekly basis, distribution partners, Vanguard who distribute our product in Australia, all of our export partners we talk to pretty much on a weekly basis, right down to people like Australia Post. We couldn't manage our database and our new releases if we didn't have a system that could efficiently get our labelling done for us to pack it and get it out to our consumers in a timely fashion. So, yeah, there's no partner in this business that isn't valued greatly. The advice I would have for trying to build a new brand in Australia is to surround yourself by people who are better than you at the things you can't do. Part of the success that we're having is a work ethic. We don't count the hours. We put our head down, our tail up, and we get on with it. It's an incredibly hard-working team here. There's not a single staff member here that I wouldn't feel comfortable putting on a plane and sending to London, New York, Beijing to do a brand presentation. And I think don't ever be afraid to fail. There's been 25 gins that have never seen the light of day here. The less said about the asparagus gin I made, the better. But you've got to be prepared to go and jump the shark occasionally and then bring it all back and see where it takes you. It's not a big deal. You've just got to be fearless. Every day distilling here is a great day. I completely love it. It's fun, it's interesting, it's challenging, it's physical. I'm on my feet a lot. I stopped wearing my Fitbit because you've just got to be. You can't sit at a desk and do this. You have to get up and be moving all the time and getting your hands dirty. I totally love it. It's the best job I've ever had.
Hey, thanks for dropping by the KBB YouTube channel. If you want a whole lot more where this came from, press the subscribe button and it will open a Pandora's box of great videos that not only are educational, full of great advice, but also really inspiring. Just what we need as small business owners.